afternoon, everybody. Welcome back. What a lovely day it is today. I've run up to our collection point and loaded. I've just loaded, and young Will Kettlety is behind me. He's heading for Folkestone for the night. I'm going to see what I'm like time-wise when I get there, because I may cross tonight, as I didn't start until later this morning. He started a lot earlier than me. But I just wanted to show you, when we get up to this main road up here in 3.9 miles, 3.8 miles, 3.7, I'm going to turn left, and then on the right, within about a mile or two, is a memorial apparently to the desert rats, and I just wanted to see if we could see it, and obviously to show you. So if we can, I'll show it you. Bear with, stick along for the journey. Yeah, apparently it's a memorial to the desert rats that fought in the war. I'm guessing this is it. Yeah, it's got to be it, doesn't it? Yeah, Desert Rats Association. There's probably something further back in the forest that I couldn't see, but yeah, there we are. Well, it's come a bit greyer as we've got a bit further south. We're just coming up to Birchanger Services, which is where I started from 8.5 hours ago. So I've been up to Norfolk, loaded, and I'm back here now. So my plan is down to stop 24, fill up with fuel and AdBlue, get the next available train across, clear Civet, and take it from there. Either park up once I'm cleared, or if I'm lucky and get a good run, I'll run my time out to the next available services. So a lot depends on Civet now and how they perform when I get there. It's going to be fairly late. Hopefully they'll be fairly quiet, but I think it could be a couple of hours sorting this load and paperwork out, which may only leave me with an hour, in which case I'll probably park in the truck village or something like that. But I can, as I say, I can have 9 off and kick off early tomorrow and put a full shift in. That'll be Wednesday. Tomorrow's Wednesday, and the load is for tipping on Thursday, which is fine, and my reload is about 4 hours drive from there to reload on Friday. So hopefully I'll tip on the Thursday morning, run across to my load point. If it is ready, I'll get it on. If not, at least I'll be there with a fresh card once it is loaded, ready to go. So I'll shut up and we'll drop onto the M25, as you can see from that sign there, in 13 miles. Well, we've made it to the Queen Elizabeth Bridge, or Dartford Bridge, as it's more commonly known, which looks to be running okay. So that's good. We can get over here and drop onto the motorway down to Folkestone and the tunnel via our normal fill-up at stop 24. Right, that's us tanked up with fuel. Look at the moon tonight. Wow, it's proper full. Lovely clear night. Be a good night for ferry crossing.
At the roundabout, take the third exit to M20.
You'd get a lovely clear view of that. Wow, it's well clear. You'll see it again when we go round and pick up the M20, heading towards the tunnel, which we'll do in a moment, just from the other side of this roundabout here. I was filling up my my tanks there. I've done everything. AdBlue, both fuel tanks, and the fridge trailer tank. So everything's topped up. And I'm whistling away to myself. And a fella comes over and he says, you're too happy in your work, mate. And I went, all right. Oh dear. I'm not always happy in the work.
In 2 miles, take exit 11A on the left toward
You've got to
Channel
make the
Tunnel.
best of it, and yeah, you've got to make the best of what you've been dealt, so no use being morbid and crying over it and all the rest of it, just crack on with it. But in all honesty, it does get me down at times. Like yesterday, I was sat in a Booker's delivery point. Sorry, I'm just concentrating. These cars won't going to let me out there. I sat in a Booker's delivery point. Got there at 11:30, and he says, "We don't start the freezer department till 2 o'clock." And then I got to the next one at 3, 4 o'clock. Nobody on the bay. Oh, sorry, 3 vehicles on the bay. And he says, "You're not booked in till 6." I said, "All right, okay." So sat there. Eventually, 2 of the vehicles left. Another vehicle backed on a bay. And after 3 hours, 1 more vehicle had left. So in 3 hours, they tipped 3 vehicles. And even if they were all full, that's only 3 26 pallet loads. And about an hour later, he put me on a bay, and they probably did me in about 45 minutes and got my notes back. So I literally shot round
Be in either of the 2
to
left
Jagger
lanes,
Services where I
then take
parked
the
last
exit
night,
toward Channel Tunnel.
and I started at 8:01 in the morning, and I literally knocked it onto brake at 9:01 at night. And I parked in the best place I could. There was no other spaces available. Everybody they were parked on fuel pumps, they were parked on slip roads and entry and exit roads and all the rest of it. And I found a place on the exit to the car park, but far enough over to one side so everything could get past. And to prove that point, it did. All night, everything came in and out of the car park, absolutely no problem at all. And then in front of me was the long load bays, so
In
I didn't want to
mile,
block them
keep
either.
left to the road.
So I sort of pulled as far forward as I could without blocking those. Sure enough, 3 long loads came and went this morning, absolutely no problem at all. Yet there's some clowns, one of them in a little 6-wheeled rigid, looking at me like, "What have you parked there for?" Well, I've parked here because at 9 o'clock last night there was no other options, and I need to park up the same as everybody else and have my break. So he came in at like 8:30, 9 o'clock this morning, looking at me like a piece of dog muck on his shoe. Anyway, there we are. And to make it worse, last night there was a guy in a 4-wheel rigid parked in a bay.
Keep left on the road.
In a day cab. So obviously he's out doing night deliveries. You know, he could have parked across the front of 4 vehicles,
Arriving at
and
Tunnel
it would have
UK
been no
on
problem
the right.
at all, because he'd have gone after his 45 minutes. But now he takes up a whole bay. Of course, I can't wait because my time's ticking. What gives here then? Was I not concentrating and I'd just driven up to a red light like a clown? There's a green arrow on the gantry. Oh well, let's concentrate. Well, we've made it to Calais. Unfortunately, the customs agents that we're using on this trip don't work 24 hours like our normal ones. Apparently they close at 10 p.m. And reopen about 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning. So not a lot we can do, and I'm just gonna get somewhere to park up. Good morning, good morning, good morning. We pulled into this car park last night, truck park last night, and it said there was 20 odd spaces. So me and the guy behind me who I met on the train from KCT were looking for them, but every road we went down had Armco barrier, like you can see at the end of it all, so we couldn't actually get anywhere. So we ended up backing out and turning round and spinning round and doing this, that and the other, but eventually he got somewhere and he says, oh, there's a space down here by me. So I followed him in there. I've seen young Will this morning. He's just gone past me about probably half an hour ago.
Turn right onto E15, then enter the roundabout.
He stopped over at Ashford last night, and that would have been the better thing to do had I known earlier that our customs agent didn't start well 8 o'clock this morning. But anyway, hindsight is a wonderful thing. So we're going up to Civep now, where we've been many times before, to do our veterinary checks. Once we get out of this place, the barrier should raise, once he goes through, the barrier should raise automatically, and it'll pick up my toll tag hopefully, and I can go up to Civep and get sorted. So catch you in a minute. Right, here we are, Civep. Let's go present the papers, get messed about for a couple of hours, and take it from there. Catch you in a minute. Right, here we go. After nearly 4 hours sat in customs, they've finally sorted things out, and we're on our way. 617 miles to go. So my plan is to get, if I can get 400 and a bit off the clock today, then that will leave one 4.5 hour driving shift to do the remainder tomorrow, and also the other 4.5 hours of the shift to get me to my reload point ready for Friday, so I can see if I can park there or near or whatever.
In 3.5 miles,
so
keep right away 26.
That's the plan. Lovely day, slightly cold, it's only 10 degrees, but as you can see, sun's out, a bit cloudy, but yeah, so far it's nice. That big plane up there carries, I think it's one of them aircraft wing planes going to the Airbus factory. Can't see it now. Well, welcome back everybody. As you can see and hear, it's hailstoning. It's showing 5 degrees on the dash. Less than a quarter of an hour ago it was 10 degrees and bright sunshine. So it's crazy weather, as you can see. Anyway, yeah, there's one of the planes there, look. I can't remember what they call them, but yeah, they've got a massive extension on that side, you can see it. They've got a massive extension on the roof that allows them to load aircraft wings, apparently. Simon Gibson's over there. Flash, thank you very much. So far so good, we're making decent time. I've done an hour and, I don't know, hour and 20 minutes or something. And we're still heading, sorry, I'm just looking at something here. What's Yeah, we're still heading for Paris. We're still north side of Paris, probably 100 odd miles to go. So I'd like to get through Paris as soon as I can, and round the ring road and a little way, well, as far south as I can, but certainly a little way south on this shift, because I'm probably going to get to Paris around 4 p.m, which would be 5 p.m. local time, and obviously I'm going to catch everybody coming out of the offices and finishing work and all the rest of it. So yeah, I'd like to crack on as best I can, and as I say, just make it just a little bit south of Paris, onto the A10 would be nice, and then I can have 45 minutes there, and then I'll probably push on for another 4 hours, get another 200 mile out of the way, which will just leave it a doable amount for tomorrow morning. So we are on the outskirts of Paris, just shoot around the ring roads. We'll pass our normal haunt at out at Rungis, and then just after we go south, I think it's on the A6, and pick up the A10, and I've got an hour and a half left at the moment, and if things keep running as they currently are, it's 10 to 3 UK time, 10 to 4 French. So if I can keep going for another half an hour at this pace, I'll be the far side of Paris and avoid much of the traffic. He says, look at the brake lights coming on now. As soon as I say it, the brake lights are coming on. Anyway, we'll keep plodding on. Turned out a bit nicer. It's still clouded over, and it has been spitting a little bit, but none of the hailstones we saw earlier. 12 degrees on the dashboard at the moment, but it's nice and warm through the windows. Oh my god, you want to see it? It must have been parked under some trees or something for quite a while. It is blathered in bird mess. We're coming to a standstill, so I'll show you. Look at the state of that. Jeez Louise. Oh dear. The big blue restaurant Leon you can see on the right hand side there is the one I was trying to describe in, I think it was the last video where we came through at night, and I was saying, yeah it was in fact, yeah it was the last video, yeah it was, that was the restaurant I was trying to describe anyway. You could just see on the right hand side there on the ring road. Pretty snarled up now, but it normally is around this bit anyway. As you can see, we've caught the traffic coming out of Paris as predicted. It's been chock-a-block for the last sort of 10 minutes, quarter of an hour, but we are coming off in about a mile, and then it's about 10 miles after that, 10 or 12 miles after that, to the services that I'm hoping to get to. So about 13 miles in total, and I've got 23 minutes left. So hopefully we'll keep cracking on, and I can get there. I just need a 45 there, so I'll grab a coffee and a biscuit. That's all I'm gonna do for tea, because I've got a meal in the fridge. excuse me, for when I park up. So I'm going to park up, treat myself to a bottle of beer and curry and rice, I think. Good evening, good evening. Toulouse, 460 kilometres. I think we're just this side of Toulouse, I can't remember off the top of my head where we're delivering, but it's actually 281 miles from my current position. I've got 3 hours left on a 10-hour drive, but in order to take that I would need to have a break in 2 hours and 11 minutes. So let's drive 2 hours and 11 and then have 45 minutes to just do another 47 minutes. It's hardly worth it. So what I'm going to do is do a couple more hours, which will get me down to about 180 miles left. That should be doable in a 4.5 hour shift, which means I can get there before needing a break in the morning. I'm alright to have a 9 off tonight. It's 7:30 now, so I'm hoping to be parked up for 9:30. 9 off gives me 6:30. 4.5 hours to get there gives me 11 o'clock. 1 hour time difference gives me 12 o'clock, so I'll probably catch him on dinner. We've had a good run down, fair play. It's rained a bit, and then it's been sunny, and then it's rained a bit, and then it's been dry. As you can see, it's sort of cloudy at the moment, but so far dry. Roads have quietened off a lot. Now we're a lot further south and away from any sort of main towns, so we're able to stick it in cruise control and just steer the thing really, which is nice. So I'll show you where I end up tonight, whether that's as I'm pulling in or later on or tomorrow morning or whatever, but unless there's something worth seeing in the meantime, I'll catch you later. The problem, of course, with utilising your hours to the maximum is that everywhere, and I mean everywhere, every last inch of space gets used up. People parking at the back of people and on the pumps and all the rest of it. And I'm going to have the same problem. I've got 56 minutes left to run, and I want to try and utilise that as best I can by getting as far as I can. But I am going to face exactly that problem in 56 minutes time when I come to try and find
Continue on the road.
But we shall overcome. Good morning, folks. Good morning. Good morning.
Continue a quarter of a mile to the end of the street,
Well,
then turn
I tried
right.
the services last night, which was, just 4 miles from where I ended up, but it was packed as to be expected. Oh, there's one of Mr. Scribbins over there. It was packed as to be expected. So there was a sign that said zone industrial blah blah blah, 4
Turn
miles.
right on to Rue Jacques Godet.
So I came off at that one, and straight away there was a sign that said Centre Routière, and I thought, oh, that'll do. So I followed it, and fair play, it came up to this massive parking area, which, looking now, has got restaurants and cafes and bars and all sorts in it. A big there's a restaurant there actually attached to the routière, but that's closed. An AS24 fueling station and a big truck wash. So it's got everything there. Look at that litter.
At the roundabout, take the first exit.
And literally just 4 or 5 minutes off the motorway, so that worked out fine. We've had 9 off, and we are just short of 200 miles from our destination. So a good run will see us there in one shift. Out of the 193 miles we've got to do,
At the
something
roundabout,
like
take the first exit to Avenue Pierre Mendès, France.
150 are on the motorway. The remaining 40 not so, which may cause us to lose a bit of time. So I'm going to try and make as much time up as I can.
At the roundabout, take
on
the first exit to
south
Walcott Northwest.
on the motorway, and then, as I say, that'll leave us the last 40 odd miles to do on A roads. Sorry, I'm just trying to concentrate on this as well. On A roads, which probably won't be as quick. So that's what we'll do. Good morning again. Good morning again. Here we are, just past one of our regular drops in a little village called Gramat. That's featured on my video a couple of times. If you look back, you'll see we've done, normally we've tipped in Rungis Market in Paris and then come down to Gramat. But as you can see, it's a beautiful part of the world. I think this is the Dordogne. Please correct me if I'm wrong, and apologies if I am. But as you can see, it's brightened up a bit. It's still trying to shower every now and again, but the early fog or mist has gone, and we're 111 miles away from our destination. 68 of those are on this motorway, leaving us just the last 43 to do, and I've got just less than 3 hours to do it. Which will be, as I hoped, within the 4.5 hour shift. So far, so good. Welcome back. As you can see, we're off the motorway and we're onto the side roads now. Just heading through a little French village here. As you can see, it's fairly narrow. Yeah, so we're out in a bit of rural France now for the next 38 miles, it says, to my destination. So my plan is to get there without needing a 45. Look how these trees overhang, I hate them. God, some of them just overhang, and I'm always conscious of catching the fridge roof because they lean in towards the road. Some of them, none of these luckily, you can actually see scratch marks on them where trailers have hit them. Yeah, so we're 37 miles from destination, and my plan is I've got an hour and a half to do it, so I should be fine. I'd like to think I can do it in an hour on quieter roads like this, and that still leaves me half an hour spare for unforeseen circumstances. Right, well, we climbed from that last shot through the village, and it was quite flat along the bottom, but then we've climbed up a hill and we're coming down the other side now. But beautiful, nice part of the country. I haven't used that road to cut across before, but it's been fairly good road really. Parts of it were slightly potholed and all the rest of it, but fairly decent otherwise. But yeah, you can see all the landscape opening out there in front of us as we've dropped down off that mountain. with 15 miles to go and an hour and 2 minutes to do it.
At
So
the roundabout, take the second
should
exit
be
to
absolutely
D999.
spot on for my 12 o'clock prediction. It's 7 minutes past 10 UK, so 7 minutes past 11 now, so I should do it in an hour, all well and good.
In 1 mile, turn right onto
These,
Rue Maurice Béchat.
These tree-lined avenues are typical of coming in and out of French villages. Beautiful. But as I said earlier, sometimes you've got to be careful because the trees sometimes lean into the road and you can see ding marks on them where trailers have caught them. But they certainly look nice. Well, what an absolute delight to deliver to. Really nice people, great young lady in the weighbridge, very helpful. Took all the paperwork, checked it all through, told me where to go. She said there's a couple in front of you, just join the queue. Did so. No messing about tipping them. I've probably been just over an hour and they've tipped those and me. He said, okay, pull across to our wash bay and wash out and then go back to the weighbridge, which I did. Fantastic pressure washer.
At the roundabout, take the second exit to Route de Réalmont.
It was on a timer and I spent a bit longer than the timer allowed doing the floor because I just wanted to get it looking immaculate. It was doing such a good job, it's come up like new. So
take the exit to
I had to start it again. I just used it for another couple of minutes, didn't take the mic. But yeah, the inside of the trailer's absolutely spotless. It was clean anyway, in fairness, just a bit of marks on the floor from the pump trucks. But it's even got them out and it's
at the roundabout, take the first exit
so back to the weighbridge and back to the weighbridge, sorted everything out with her. She gave me the paperwork back, job done, and away. So we've 260 miles to our reload point.
Turn right onto Boulevard.
My plan is to do a 4.5 hour shift and just examine everything from there, see if it's worth doing the rest. It'll be fairly early on in the day, so it may well be worth doing. I'll have to have a look on Google Maps, see what's there.
Turn right onto
regards parking and all the rest of it. I may be better off wherever I stop after my sort of 4.5 shift. So we'll see how it goes. Anything interesting as usual, I will show you on the way. Sorry about this camera. I need to sort this mount out. It's lost some of its
turn right at the traffic light.
But I will sort it out. I will sort it out. Well, it's turned out to be a beautiful day now. It's temperature's gone up to 18 degrees. Look at that sky, it's absolutely glorious. We're heading down towards the south coast of France, where we cut, I think, eastward across towards Montpellier and eventually on to our collection point in Avignon for tomorrow morning. Beautiful, I just thought I'd show you. Well, we just had a 30-minute break there to satisfy our 45-minute total. And I had a look on Google Maps, as I said I would, regarding my load point for tomorrow, which I've found, and literally probably 3-minute drive away is a highly recommended routier truck stop. So we pass it on the way down. It's, like I say, it's literally 3 minutes away, so that'll be absolutely perfect. So I'm going to head there. It's 6:30 now. I should be there 32 miles, so probably 3/4 of an hour. 6:30 is 7:15, so that's good. It doesn't shut well 10 o'clock, so I can get myself a beer and something to eat, and safe parking, shower. I can have a shave in the morning, and I think the place doesn't start loading until it's either 7 or 8 a.m, so it's not an early start, but it means I'll have a fresh card from there, give or take 5 minutes from there in the morning, and I can punch up north. So I'll show you the truck stop when we get near. Just thought I'd show you that bit of a fight they're playing there, look. As matey boy tries to kill himself. Good move, you clown. At the back of them trees is the famous mountain. I have mentioned it before. If you want to look back in some of my other videos, you'll see the mountain is called Mont Ventoux. Windy Mountain, Bald Mountain, it has various names. But I've cycled up it 3 times, 3 ways in a day.
3/4 of a mile, arrive at 2042 Route Orange, 84,350 Corfeton on the left.
We are currently heading to the truck stop, which is, it says, who's old Duff in there? Which it says is just down here. So hopefully there'll be space. We can get sorted and parked up for the night. So here's the chef, the owner. He said, follow me. Morning all. This is the parking area that old matey boy brings you up to, and parks you up, and then takes you back down to his restaurant in the little van, and brings you back up when you've had your meal and you're ready to go back to your truck. So fine, yeah, job done. 1700 DAF rigid there. Saw that
Turn
on the way
right
yesterday.
onto Chemin de la Gironde, then enter the roundabout.
It's 2.8 miles away from where I'm loading, so it's absolutely spot on location wise. Just hope you don't meet anything coming the opposite way in the morning. We're going to run around there now. It's 20 to 7 UK time, 20 to 8 French time, and they start loading at 8 o'clock, so I should be around there in 5 or 10 minutes, and we can hopefully get loaded sharpish and head north. Because we
at the roundabout, take the first exit to D907.
And I'm going to have to work out when it's for tipping, so I can sort of work out my brakes. I don't know whether to have a 24 in Europe, which will give me the option to have another 24 next weekend in Europe, or whether to get back to the UK and have a 45, which would be better because it means I don't have to compensate for anything, but we'll see once I get loaded and what I've got to do. So this is the road we came down last night, if you remember.
At the roundabout, take the second exit.
The restaurant. Yeah, it's the guy. No, it's not. I thought that was the guy who parked next to me last night. This is the restaurant here on the left hand side where we went for a meal. So yeah, you can see the trucks parked up there now. yeah, he runs you back up there. It's all good. And it's 2.3 miles now to the load point. I haven't loaded here before, so if there's anything to see, I'll try and show you. So, hour and a half, loaded, paperwork done. Just checked that there's nothing more paperwork wise to come from the office and all the rest of it.
Take the third exit to
which there isn't.
D950.
So all good, and I've just got the message saying crack on, it's for delivery Monday morning. So that's what we'll do. We shall crack on. It's 613 miles, so I'd like to get at least 413 out the way today, which means, as I'm sure you're all aware by now, that I can do the rest in one shift without needing to take a break. I can get up to Calais and cross. So I just need to work out what's best time-wise regarding having my weekend break, whether
At
that's
the roundabout, take the
24
second
in
exit.
France, or hopefully I'll have enough time to get up there and have a 45 in the UK, which would be my preferred choice, but we shall see. Catch you in a bit. Well, I wanted to get up onto the ring road around Lyon for 12 o'clock, and it's 10 past 12 now, and I've been on it about a quarter of an hour, so I sort of made it. But I just got a message from Stefan off Face Truck, which is the group on Facebook. If you don't follow them or like them, go check the page out. It's a real good page, great bunch of fellas and ladies. Stefan just rang me and he said, watch out mate, there's an accident on your front door a couple of kilometres in front, and sure enough, we've just joined the back of the queue now. It is moving slowly, in fairness, so far no great shakes. I need fuel in a couple hundred miles, and there's a garage in about an hour, and I need a break in an hour and a half, so I'm going to call in there and just top the tank up, nip in for a coffee, and take it from there. Well, it started moving again. It's worse now, coming the opposite direction, so Stefan made it through in good time. He hadn't got caught in that. Big stadium there on the left hand side, look, Groupama Stadium at Lyon. Can't see it now, can't leave it. Well, I tried to fix my window mounted dashcam mount, phone mount, and I've actually made it worse, so I'm gonna have to have a look at it again tonight. So there hasn't been a lot of videoing this morning, but we've stopped here, topped up with fuel, got a sandwich, and it's packed. I don't know if it's French holiday or something, but it's absolutely rammed with people. But anyway, we've 444 miles, 444 miles to go to Calais. I won't do that today, I've only got 6 hours left, but I'll certainly punch north and see where we get to. Anything good, as usual, I'll show you. Good morning all. Early start this morning. It's 1:45 UK time, 2:45 French time, and this lovely chap has parked across in front of us. So I'm going to try and back out, and then I don't have to wake him. But if all else fails, then I'm going to have to wake him and he's going to have to back up, because that is a bit of a stupid place to park. Though there is a guy going to watch me back out because he wants this space, and he's sort of behind me and off to the passenger side. So anyway, hopefully we'll be able to back out without waking anybody up, as I say. Here we are once again, dear friends, entering the port of Calais. made good time. It's 5:37
4 miles.
English
Take
time,
exit 42
and
on the right.
I've 6 miles to go to the tunnel, so I'll be there for 6 o'clock easily. We started at, I think it was 2, so 4 hours. Yeah, 42 minutes driving left, so that'll give me my half an hour to get through and clear customs and booking in and everything else, and then we're across to the UK side. So I'll probably call that it for this video, unless there's something interesting, in which case I'll tag it on to the end. But thanks for watching. If you're not subscribed, please do so, and I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers then.